So two things really quick before I get to my main stuff. Number one, I have two kind of big heroes in comedy, Red Fox and Don Rickles. I don't know if you guys heard, but Don Rickles passed away today. So if you're drinking something great, raise your glass. Let's give a toast to Don Rickles, 90 years young. When we were outside, Sid gave us two instructions when we came up here on the stage. Instruction number one was to be funny, and number two was that our number one job up here was to try and impress Sid. So I'm hoping that I can command this stage, much like Captain J.T. Esteban commanded the USS Grissom on their final voyage. All right, now on to the main stuff. I do have some great material here.
Oh God, not that again.
Hold on to that, it'll never be worth anything. Comedy is how I deal with kind of being an adult, because being an adult can be really, really hard sometimes. Have you ever been at work and you think 2 hours has gone by and you look at your watch, it's only been about 15 minutes? That's what being an adult is like sometimes. I'm 35 years old, I've been working for 15 years. I'm like, I gotta be close to retirement now, right? 30 years to go, eh? All right, we're gonna keep it on the grind. It's all right though. There's some daily struggles though that come with being an adult. Like last week I had to go buy a new vacuum cleaner. It sucked. I knew I should have bought that new broom that everyone was talking about. It's sweeping the nation. I do have some positive things that are going on though. I had to parallel park yesterday. And I did such a good job parallel parking that a cop left a note for me under the windshield, and it said, "Parking fine." I felt really, really good about that. I love dad jokes. I don't know if you can tell. I've always loved them, but I love them even more now because I'm actually a father. I have two kids. One is, thank you. It's my wife over there. One is 4 years old and one is 10 months old. And I don't know if you know this, if anyone here has kids, but it's really hard when you have kids to maintain an active sex life, especially with your wife. It's really tough. But I had a really great day last week because my wife texted me at work. I got a text from my wife and it said, "Hurry home. I've got some candles lit." And I said, "Oh, thank God. We're going to break a long streak here tonight. It's going to be great." So I got in my car after work. I drove as fast as I could, got home. All the lights were out except for I saw the flicker of candles in the window. And I was like, yes, this is going to be great. And get inside, go inside, run upstairs. My wife is fast asleep. Find a note on the door. It says, "Hey, idiot, you forgot to pay the power bill." It hurts. It hurts. It's all right, though, because when you're married, you have kids, your life's a little more dull than people who are not. Like, I have a friend of mine, Ronnie, he called me up last week. He said, "Hey, man, just had my first three-way. Have you ever had a three-way?" I was like, I have a hard enough time getting a two-way going at this point. I know they say love is a one-way street, but I take it to the literal next level there. But he did tell me he's been sleeping on my couch for the last week. And I said, "Hey, man, why aren't you hanging out with your girl?" And he's like, "Well, I did something that pissed her off." It's like, "Well, what'd you do to piss her off?" He's like, "Well, she wanted to give me a present." And I was like, "How could you possibly end up on my couch because she wanted to give you a present?" She said, "Well," she asked me, she said, "Hey, honey, for your birthday, I've decided to get you a really special treat." And he's like, "Well, what is it?" She said, "Well, for your birthday, I'm going to dye my private area any color that you want. What do you think?" And I said, "Oh, okay, so what did you say?" He said, "Well, honey, I think no matter what color you decide, you ought to buy 2 bottles. Explain it to him, please. That's about as close as a dirty joke as I get to in my bit. Though I was really excited this past Sunday, I don't know if anyone knows, but this past Sunday was the showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania. Do I have any wrestling fans in the crowd? All right, we got a few of them. That's really great. So I told a friend of mine at work, I said, "Hey man, going home tonight, I'm watching WrestleMania." And this was his response. "Really?" It wasn't really really, that's exciting, you're gonna go eat ice cream. It was really like I told him I was going home to play with dolls. It was like, really? Or like, I'm going home to kiss my third cousin. It's like, really? Really? And then my friend Josh, he always tells me the same thing whenever I invite him over for wrestling. He says, you know that's fake, right? Man, pisses me off. And so I did that to him for a whole week. He said, hey man, you want to go see the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie? I was like, you know that's fake, right? He said, you want to come over to my house and watch NCIS? I said, you know that's fake, right? He said, me and my girl hooked up last night. She had an amazing orgasm. He's giving me the light. Last one. We have a lot of divide in our country right now. A lot of people on the left, a lot of people on the right. But in an attempt to bridge the gap, Donald Trump went to a liberal farmers market to try and kind of bridge the gap. And the people who were running the farmers market asked him, they said, how do you like damn apples? That's all. Thank you very much.
That's the name of Star Trek references.